Adam Peters, everybody.
AJ Analicia Jaramillo.
I like it. What have you seen since you started this? Installed this in your yard.
Yeah.
What's been the engagement like, and what have you observed or heard?
Yeah. Oh, this has been great, and it's just starting. We've got a brand new edition coming soon, which is the Curiosities Cabinet, which is going to be another way to engage folks in the neighborhood in a way where the rain doesn't ruin it.
Yeah.
But we started with painted rocks even before this big beautiful green pad was here. It was like a dirt patch, and I just put a basket of painted rocks out, and people were geeked out. I'd see people get very excited. They'd be digging through the basket looking for something that spoke to them. We have a read a love note, write a love note book that the rain has definitely tested more than once. But I usually, anytime I notice someone interacting with it, I try to come out right away and get a picture so I can, record and understand, how people are feeling about this space and how they're interacting with it. And there's been a few that really stand out to me. People frequently talk about the peace they feel when they're sitting here, and that is so heartening to me because that's one of the things I want to bring to people is a feeling of peace. Another guy was very vulnerable and said in the book that this brought him out of a dark place, this spot, and to know that there's kindness even when the world feels like it's out to get him most of the time. And just being able to be vulnerable like that is so important. But then, to know that that had such a profound impact was amazing. Kids love the space. They're always interested. I wish I could do this as a full-time job because I can always tell they're looking for new stuff, and I just want to put out new stuff as much as possible. We've got affirmation scrolls where people get a little few words of encouragement through that process, and I like seeing people kind of read and absorb, put it in their pocket and take that away with them. Neighbors are asking all the time, how can they contribute? My neighbor across the way, Patty, she's been so amazing. I want to get her a happiness ambassador badge printed because she'll come over here and give tours to people if she sees them interested.
I love it.
She and her husband help. After my recent surgery, I'm limited in what I can lift, and when we had those high winds, they came out and put stuff on the ground, and they're already becoming caretakers of a spot, because I think that's what happens in a community when you have something that's so beloved and so accessible and obviously made for everybody. People have a piece of that, and they wanna be a piece of that. So it's just been great, and like I said, I think it's just starting. I didn't really know more than 3 neighbors before I started this project. And that was a big part of what the Blueprint helped me do, is get out of my own head so that I could exist in a world where other people, are here and they have their own life story and their challenges and triumphs. And now I get to be part of that with the people I've met.
Love it. Do you think part of why this resonates so much is because, when mankind first started, we didn't have what we have today in terms of technology and the way we work. It was more of a communal existence.
Yes.
So having something like this that brings people together and gets people talking, do you think that's part of where some of that stems from?
100%. So all the books I've read and all the podcasts I've listened to that talk about the big ideas, it frequently comes back to community and connection, because we're really, as a human species, that's what differentiates us from any other organism on the planet, is that we know how to talk, communicate, work together, and look out for one another. So when I read stuff like that in a book, I think, well, you could walk up to somebody and say, it's so important for us to have community, and they'd be like, okay, yeah, bye. But what you're doing by taking an alternative approach with something like this, that's so visual and so intimate, when you're here by yourself interacting with it, or when you come across somebody that you don't know and you're both in the same spot at the same time, you're introducing someone to a new experience. You're introducing the emotional aspect to what it's like to have community and to have someone care about you. It's a totally different intellectual versus emotional experience. And that's, again, when we write books and we put them out to book readers, you only have so much reach to people. The people that are reading books are curious and they want help and they are getting it.
Right.
The people that aren't necessarily, they weren't raised reading books, they never really had a positive experience with a book, they're missing out. But anybody can have a positive experience here. Right. And so I'm trying to take what I'm learning putting it through the filter of what the human experience is actually like, and then figuring out practical ways to bring that to people, and then start introducing them through things like my book or other ways that there are out there to learn and grow. It's like an entry point.
Yeah. Thank you
Well,
for humoring me with my questions.
No, that was wonderful. Thank you so much for coming by and asking them.
Yeah, anytime. Adam Peters, everybody.
AJ Annalicia Jaramillo.
I like it. You're like, wait, no, real name. Yay!
Awesome.